How's it going, guys? 1 minute late. 2 minutes late. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Jose Hernandez, I am somebody, Leaf Scout, Geg, Yellow Hexagon, Animation, Spy, Square Uptune, Crab Lizard Animations, that's a new one. How's everybody doing? El Country Chileno, Tony Planet's Animation, Draw California, Madam. What is that, like 200 protons, neutrons? Californium. 98. Synthetic chemical element. 6 transuranium element. Manny, how's it going? No enemies, Red Halo. Is that Red Halo or is that someone else? Earth SOSC. Draw Florida with Jacksonville, Miami, and Tampa in front of him. I don't think I've ever drawn like a city flag. I know I've done Washington D.C. I'm sure. Okay, you know what? Here, first thing I'm gonna do today: Tampa flag, Miami flag, Jacksonville flag. I'm not sure if they have flags, but if they do, I'm sure they're terrible. Flag of Tampa, Florida, garbage. This is straight garbage. I'll put it up on stream. Let's do a. Hold on. Let's change the music a little bit more upbeat. Okay. Miami. Florida. Ew, Miami's flag is trash too. It's better than Tampa's, but still bad. Jacksonville? Ooh, alright. Jacksonville, unironically, is the best of these three. I'm gonna pull them up on stream. They're all bad. But Jacksonville, we're gonna do a vote in chat. Alright, let's pull these up. This is Tampa. It's not a square, it's not a rectangle, rather. This is Miami. All just trash. And Jacksonville. Whoops. Jacksonville. These are so stupid. Okay. We're gonna do a vote on this because I'm curious what chat thinks is the best of these three and which is the worst. I think these are all absolute F-tier flags. But I do think Jacksonville has the best one, but I'm curious what you guys think. And then Jacksonville. Miami's better? No way. These are terrible, guys. These are all terrible. Alright, let's do a poll in chat. Start a poll. Which is the best of these three flags? Miami, Tampa, or Jacksonville? Go and vote. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream as well. Would really appreciate it. These are all bad. All of these are bad. These are not good flags. They break so many of the rules of good flag design. And then we'll start taking chat's requests to draw. And then if anybody wants to show off any art, we can show some art off. I think Miami's the best. Absolute trash tier flags, but you're definitely Miami. 25 votes. Miami has a plurality. 50%. Square Up 2, thank you for commenting on your r/Polandball comic. It was the Hezbollah Hamas one, right? I really liked it. That was solid. It was a good comic. Can I draw Ronald Reagan riding a Velociraptor while shooting an AR-15 holding the American flag? That's been done before. Much better than I could. But, maybe. But if anybody lives in Tampa, Miami, or Jacksonville, you've got to do something about these flags. These are garbage. All right. I'm going to end the poll there. 27 votes. Miami won with 56%. I don't think Miami is the best flag here. I don't like the bright green. I think it's ugly. It's the most sort of regular of the flags. Yeah, it does look a little bit like the Indian flag. Tampa, I think we can probably agree is the worst. Here, let's do what's the worst one. All right. Which is the worst? Miami, Tampa, and Jacksonville. So, you guys thought that Miami was the best. Which is the worst? Vote on which one you think is the worst. Guess whether you're biased for Miami and Tampa. Tampa is purgatory. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Tampa. Tampa is one of the most forgettable places I've ever been. When will Mini Coli return? I have to talk to Dick Ryan about setting up the stream so that I can have stream avatars or whatever. Draw Big Ecuador just as something that represents corruption. So just draw Big Ecuador. Animation, you mean it breaks a lot of rules, but compared to Jacksonville and Tampa, it's good? Alright. So it looks like most of you think that Tampa, about half of you think that Tampa is the worst of these three. I agree. So I agree with chat that Tampa is easily the worst of these three. There's too many colors. It's a strange shape. This looks like a B-2 bomber. This looks like a stealth bomber right here. Why can't I draw? Here we go. What is it? Jacksonville? Tampa. This looks like a stealth bomber, doesn't it? And, yeah, there's just, like, whoever designed this is just, like... God, let's take a look at this. City of Tampa, Florida. Organized July 15, 1887. Mascot. Mascotti? I don't know what that means. There's just too much going on in this flag. There's way too many colors, right? There's red, white, and blue, yellow, and green. There's text. There's way too much text, and the text is stupid. There's too many different shapes and angles, and it's not a rectangular flag. It's a very irregular flag. This flag is trash. One of the worst flags I've ever seen in my life, and it's very fitting because Tampa sucks. Miami. I think Miami is the second worst here. I think Miami is a very uninspired and boring flag. For a city like, you know, like Miami, you'd expect a better flag than this, but it says the city of Miami, Dade County, Florida, incorporated whatever year that was. I don't like the green. I think it's too bright, and this looks way too much like the Indian flag. And India and Miami don't really seem super similar, you know? I think... Get rid of the text, give it a different symbol, get rid of the green, change it to something else. This is a bad flag. Now, Jacksonville, this is also a bad flag. But the colors are good. The colors work really well together. Orange, yellow, and white. They work really, really well together. And the dark orange, reddish brown for the man and the horse. The man and the horse are too detailed. We shouldn't have text on the flag, but the text here is less egregious than the text on the other two flags. I think remove the man and the horse, or maybe just even remove the man and have the horse centered in the flag. Get rid of the map and the text, and this is a good flag. But this flag is not good, don't get me wrong. Jacksonville, this is like a D tier flag, a high D tier. Miami, this is a D. This is a middle D tier. This is like a D+. This is a 0 out of 100. F isn't even enough. Tampa, this is a terrible flag. This is this has got to be like the worst flag I've ever seen. Just straight trash. All right, let's move on. Absolute garbage. Tampa, you should be ashamed of yourselves. So I posted this comic this morning, or no, this afternoon, my time. Let's take a look at it. So the news today, big news today, was that a helicopter carrying the Iranian president and their foreign minister crashed somewhere in Iran, probably due to low visibility and fog, and it has not yet been found. We don't know if the passengers and the pilots are alive or not, but I made a comic about it. So, time to go home after days long to beat women, ferment violence, and illegalize weapons for nuclear. Pilot, I'm ready. Hijab is make good disguise. They really should do bannings for it. Pyro, your 5th comic got posted on the subreddit? Right on. So I posted this earlier today. Totally speculative. I'm not saying it was Mossad, but I'm not saying it wasn't Mossad. Dry Antarctica inside of a block of ice? I like that. Let's do that. Okay. But, just showing this off real quick. This was actually a pretty quick comic. I drew this in about an hour earlier this afternoon. I think 50% of the time I spent drawing this was spent on the helicopter, which is an Mi-17 helicopter. It's a Russian/Soviet helicopter. I have no idea if this was the helicopter that was used. I just took a helicopter. Is this what happened? I don't know. Is it a good comic? I think so. Year is 2044. Not yet. Okay, so we're going to do canvas. Whoops. Alright, I'm going to draw Antarctica in a block of ice. Yellow Hexagon suggested that. So, Antarctic flag, unofficial. What's the flag that we use in Polandball? Is it the one that's just like blue with the shape of Antarctica? Does Aaron have a... I want to get the right color. Here we go. Unofficial Antarctic flag. I don't want an SVG. SVG files are so annoying. Trying to find the... I need to download the flag so I get the right color. This is the unofficial Antarctic flag. The flag was updated in 2023? What do you mean? Antarctica... Hold on. Antarctic flag. Antarctica doesn't have an actual flag. There's a flag for the Antarctic Treaty System, but that's not the flag of Antarctica. Draw Chile as a worm. Earth SOSC, can you still do your suggestion for drawing Florida with Tampa, Miami, and Jacksonville in front of them when they have just been at Disney World? It's pretty involved. Let me see. Let's draw Antarctica in an ice block first. So the thumbnail for today's stream was made by Anvita. Thank you, Anvita. I don't know if you're here, but if you're watching the VOD, thank you for making this. This is a beautiful drawing. I showed it on Saturday as well. But you can see the landscape that they did. Remember, when you're drawing objects that are more distant, because of atmospheric distortion, objects in the distance look more blue. So they did a good job making the mountains in the back a shade of blue. Really good. This is beautiful, beautiful thumbnail. All right, Antarctica and a block of ice. Do it up here. Antarctica. How was everybody's weekend? Anybody do anything cool? Good. Everybody had a good weekend, it looks like. Did I have a good weekend? Mine was alright. I didn't really do anything. Played video games yesterday. I played Diablo 4. I don't know if you guys played Diablo. I've been playing Diablo since Diablo 1. New season came out. It's pretty good. Whoops. You got Costco pizza? Top 10 weekends of all time? Costco food hits different. It's good. Costco hot dogs, $1.50. Solid. The Spain Inquisitor 74 sitting in a hospital. I hope everything's alright. Your hometown's annual parade had a shooting. The parade was then canceled and 2 people got shot. You're probably in the US, right? That sucks. Sunny, yours was good. Guess Fred's art won the contest. Yours and Guess Fred's art won the contest. Yes, you guys made a great, beautiful piece. Tony Planet's animations. You drew a solar system drawing? Right on, man. I do some Polandball comics every now and then. I'm a huge space nerd, so if you care at all about space stuff, space drawings, I do that stuff here too. Alright, let's do the eyes. I'm gonna give him goggles. I see Antarctica drawn with ski goggles a lot, so I'm gonna do that. Like the purple ski goggles. Has anyone been to Antarctica in chat? Antarctica is near the top of my bucket list. I would love to go someday. It's pretty expensive though. It's I want to say it's like $10,000 roughly entry-level price to take those cruises from Buenos Aires down to some islands off the coast of Antarctica. I've looked into it before. It's maybe something I'll do, you know, when I'm much older. General shape of Antarctica. Let's see. Whoa. Just swim through the sea? Yeah, the Straits of Magellan are like the roughest waters on the planet. One of the reasons we built the Panama Canal is to avoid them. Land. Alright, so Antarctica looks something like this. Let's put this over here. I need more room. One of the only places left on Earth that humans haven't ruined, but we're working on it, you know? It's a cool shaped continent. Okay. Whoops. Layer 2, get rid of that. You love working on ruining this planet? You know, it's wild that, like, we just don't care at all about this planet. It's literally the only one that we can live on, you know? Let's just trash the place, you know? We don't have a fucking backup plan. It's crazy to me that we're just, you know? Let's just toss plastic in the ocean. Antarctica looks like a duck if you turn it clockwise. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, kind of. Kind of like a penguin, actually. Close. Not bad. Alright, so we do the goggles. Antarctica. Here, let's do for the goggles. Oops. Make a new layer. Goggles. I wrote a paper on the Antarctic Treaty System many years ago. So at one point I was actually super familiar with how Antarctica is actually governed. Less so these days because it's not really important in my day-to-day life. But at one point I did know. I was something of an Antarctic expert myself. Merge these. Let's do a light gray for the strap. Alright, now I'm going to duplicate the goggles, and I'm going to make it purple. And then change the opacity. 45. Boom! Look at that. That's our Antarctica. This is normally how you draw Antarctica in Polandball. The unofficial flag of Antarctica you're using was updated by its creator last year, Graham Bartram. Pyro, your comic's name is Job Leaves in Different Countries. Can I show it on stream? Fun fact, this isn't the original Antarctica flag. So, there is no official Antarctic flag. So this is one I'm using, because this is the one that I've seen most often in Polandball. If it's been updated by the creator, I don't know, let's take a look. Graham Bartram. And he doesn't get to just decide what it is, you know? Oh, he has a redesigned one? No, the redesigned one sucks. Sorry. Yeah, this is trash. Sorry. I mean, I'll show it real quick. But this is the redesigned version by the same guy. I think this is terrible. Like, I get what he's going for here, but I think this is ugly. It's too... Like, when you look at it from far away, it's hard to tell what it is. It looks like a pixelated mess, so I don't like it. It's an F-tier flag. Yeah, it's a disgusting flag. Agreed. Ernest Shackleton was a Chad. Ernest Shackleton's, God, Shackleton's voyages were absolutely crazy. Alright, so we have to do, an ice cube, right? Block of ice. I've done this once before. Let me find my old comic where I had, I drew someone in a block of ice. I think I drew the US in a block of ice. It's the polar vortex, I think is what I called it. It was like 1 year, 10 years ago. We had like a super, super cold winter in the US. So I drew this for that. Have you guys seen America recently? I'm afraid you won't be able to handle the cold. We've got a mammoth here in a US in the ice cube. Fun fact, Saturn's moon Titan has more water than Earth. And Jupiter's moon, Europa, and Ganymede have more water than Earth. And the crazy thing is Ganymede, Titan, and Europa are smaller than the Earth. Titan doesn't have water. Titan has liquid methane. You're thinking of Enceladus. Enceladus, I don't know if we suspect that Enceladus has more liquid water than Earth. but it does have a liquid water ocean. Enceladus is a very tiny moon. It's much smaller. Oh, no, you're right. I'm sorry, you are right. That is a relatively new thing. We do now suspect that Titan has a liquid water ocean underneath the surface. Yes, it's much deeper than Enceladus. But yes, you're right. I was totally wrong. I forgot. You're absolutely right, Tony Planet's animations. The way they discovered that was they suspected that the entire surface of Titan is essentially floating on a liquid surface because they noticed that the landmarks were shifting very, very so slightly all in like one direction, which suggested that the entire thing was sitting on top of a liquid water ocean. Presumably liquid water, you know? There are different models out there of maybe like, not necessarily liquid water oceans, but kind of like ice that's sort of flexing. But yes, Europa and Enceladus have the most accessible subsurface oceans. They're the closest to the surface just because there's a lot of outgassing. Ganymede and Titan, their liquid water oceans are a lot deeper. And it's thought that Callisto might have one, but that would be a lot farther south. Or not south, sorry. It would be a lot deeper. Alright, let's draw this ice cube. How did I do this? Cube. And then just like a lighter. Let's see what this looks like. 45%? 65? That's pretty good. 65? Try 75. That's too much. 60's good. Let's move the cube. Alright. Antarctica. Done. That was pretty fun. Antarctica in a cube. Pyro, I can show your comic? Okay, let's take a look. Let me find it. Job leaves in different countries. I don't quite understand this. You'll have to give me the context. But here, I'll pull it up. So Pyro made this comic called Job Leaves in Different Countries. So let's take a look. US and Canada, job leave in the US. Boss, I'm pretty getting sad at work, eh? Could I get a day off or two, boss? Who the actual fuck are you? Job leave in Germany. Why can't Polska to make Niemcy happy? 9, you idiot. Clay, you work 24/7. 9. 999. Job leave in China. Singapore, what the wrong? Ah, China, I just a bit sad today. Sad? I like how you drew the eyes on China here. Singapore, China, give 10 days off. Singapore, go relaxing and clean clay. I give you yuan. What? I don't quite understand this. What's the, Does China give, like, generous, paid time off? It's well drawn. I do like it. I just don't quite... I don't have enough context because I personally don't know what leave is like. Coming to work sad, you get 10 days off. There's a company in China that does this? Okay. This is good. So this is Pyro made this comic. It's posted on the Polandball sub. It's called Job Leaves in Different Countries. Have an upvote. Posted 1 hour ago. Well done. Draw rectangle. You haven't seen rectangle in ages in any recent comic. You know what? Yeah, let's draw rectangle. Let's do that next. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to close that. Go back to the canvas. Stop motion Dan, can I critique your art? Lachlan Brunette, how's it going? Lachlan. Yeah, stop motion Dan, I'll take a look at this. the file name is my art is garbage. So is this supposed to be Poland? Because he's upside down. Or he's right side up, right? Keep drawing. Keep practicing. I'm glad that you like Polandball. But yeah, I mean, just spend more time like practicing drawing your balls. I find it easier to draw balls if I do like a very quick motion. Like, don't spend a lot of time, like, if I draw a ball and I spend a lot of time, it's not gonna look good, you know? Well, I mean, I've been drawing balls for a long time, so if you spend a lot of time drawing a ball, your hand sort of just, it tremors, like your hand tremors will make it look a little bit more messy, right? So just draw something quick, you know? Like even that, this is a relatively good errand ball, and then see where there's overlap here. Erase that, and then sort of connect the dots, right? So that would be pretty good. But keep at it, Pyro. Sky's the limit. The only way is up. Make a year's 2044 emoji. Maybe. Square Up, dude, can we show your Proximon comic on stream as well? Absolutely. I loved it. Let's see. Proximon. This is a great comic. Very, very good standard Polandball comic, you know? Everything about it is like perfect for the Polandball medium. So Square Uptune made this. Chat's very own Square Uptune. So we've got Israel and Iran. Side note, do you guys like the Iranian flag? I actually think the Iranian flag is pretty good. I think it's a very well-designed flag. Let's do a poll. Iranian flag tier. S, A, B, or C or lower? I would say it's an A or an S tier, honestly. I think it's a really, really well-designed flag. You know, that's not a comment on the regime. It's just purely, like, aesthetically. I think it's a very aesthetically pleasing flag. I think it's an A or an S tier, personally. And I think the, it's a stylized Arabic, right? Or is it stylized Persian? Or Farsi, rather. Then it says, God is great, Allahu Akbar, in the text on the green and the red. And I think the center symbol, I forget what it means. It's Kufic script. Okay. It's, yeah, it says, yeah, the takbir, Allahu Akbar, is what it says in Kufic script, in white. And then the emblem is the national emblem of Iran. It is... What does it mean? It's a lion in the sun. No. It's not. I'm sorry. No, the national emblem of Iran is 4 curs and a sword surmounted by a shada. Shada is one of the Diacritics used within the Arabic alphabet. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty well-designed flag. And the pole. Yeah. Looks like people generally think it's A or S tier. Alright, so let's take a look. Again, this is Square Neptune's comic. Okay, it's fake. I challenge you to battle. Oy vey! Hezbollah, Hamas, I choose you. Side note. You know what, here, I'll just read it. Hezbo, Hamas, Hamas. Trick, I have put my sleeves. Preemptive strike. Hezbollah has been paralyzed in fear. I'm going to put my ace down to finish this. Oh, rocket strike. Iron Dome. Why can't they just be normal? Pokemon if it was good. Let's go through this comic. I want to go over all of the elements because this is a fantastic comic. This is, everybody should strive to make this sort of like the bar, right? If you can exceed in quality and sort of originality, this comic, your comic is going to be amazing. This is a fantastic comic. So, one, it's drawn well, right? It's good, it's cartoony, it's clean, right? You also put a lot more effort into the Iranian flag than I normally do, so congrats on that. Or kudos, rather. The second panel, what's super cool about this is it's like a throwback to like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or a Pokemon anime, where you show like the reaction of one character in the inset circle here, and just having Israel say "Oy vey" there, it's just funny. Like this part I love. I think this is great. This is probably my favorite part of the entire comic. And then showing these little action lines to show that he's slamming the cards down. Very clever. This is also good. You've got the motion lines, right? And then this is supposed to be like wheezing or coughing, right? Where they're sort of like merged together. And they're just saying Hezbo, Hamas, right? Hezbollah and Hamas. Clever. And they're rising from the cards. Trick, I have put my sleeves. This is one of the best English lines I have ever heard. I've ever read. This is amazing English. Made in the 80s. How's it going? You just want to see what's going on? I'm reviewing Square Neptune's comic right now, and then I'm going to draw... I've been drawing stuff that chat suggests. This is good English. Trick, I have put my sleeves. Very good. Very well written. And then, again, like in anime or something, you have 3 different perspectives of the same action where he's putting the card down. Very clever. Preemptive strike. Very cool. Hezbollah has been paralyzed in fear. And this is good. You have different color motion, and you have it on top of the ball as well, showing that it's a different kind of motion. Paralysis. I'm going to put my ace down to finish this. The eyes here, very good. Shifty eyes. Love it. Then rocket strike. This is super good. Simple rocket, cartoony. The rocket trail. This is great too. It's only 2 colors, but it's enough to tell you what it is, right? And then you have these lines to sort of show volume. And then the motion here with the lighter, the lower opacity on the black and the red, really good to show motion. Then Iron Dome. This is just super clever. Super cool. And then it's a punchline that lands. This is a really good comic. So everybody give a round of applause to Square Neptune in the chat. Great comic. This is called... What was it called? Pyro, or no, not Pyro. Proxymon. It's number 8 on the sub right now. Really good job. Great comic. Shameless plug. Please drop a like on the stream if you're having a good time. Or if you're not. A like is still a like, you know? So, I said I was going to draw a rectangle next. Someone requested rectangle. Let's do rectangle. Rectangle. Finish comics. Just get the colors of the German Empire's flag. I am somebody. How's it going? Leon, draw big Ecuador dressed as something that represents corruption. I'll do that after rectangle. We'll do Ecuador after rectangle. Okay, let's do rectangle. Our silly friend rectangle. It's, I think, a little bit too wide tangle. I'm curious to see if the Iranian president died in that crash. I imagine he did, right? It's very rare to survive a helicopter crash from, like, pretty high up. You know, like, if a plane's engine fails, a plane still becomes a glider, right? Because it's still generating lift because of its, it has wings, right? If a helicopter's engine fails, it becomes a rock. It'll just drop, you know? So, helicopters are super dangerous. I'm not sure I would fly on one. Would you guys fly on a helicopter? Have you flown on a helicopter? Rectangle is such a simple but very good and imposing character. Helicopters are too expensive? Yeah. It's future medium. All right, rectangle. So we're gonna do Ecuador next, right? Pull up the Ecuadorian flag. I don't like the Ecuadorian flag. I'm sorry, Leon. I think it's an ugly flag. There's too much going on. I would like to visit Ecuador, though. I had a coworker who had family in Ecuador, and she would visit a couple times a year. She showed me photos, look beautiful. Ecuador. Draw Florida, Jacksonville, Tampa, Miami, Disney World, and Mickey Ears. That makes sense, yeah. Planet of 2. Welcome. So we're gonna draw big Ecuador, right? That was okay. Big Ecuador. Clean up this side. Is Quito the capital? Or is that Peru? Quito's Ecuador, okay, yeah. Pyro, you also drew rectangle. It's possibly made as an emoji. Ping me in the chat. Or in the Discord, rather. If you haven't... Oh, I see it. Okay. This is actually pretty good. Pyro drew this of rectangle. Guten Tag. I like this. We're gonna make that an emoji. Let me do that before I forget. There we go. Is this the comment section? Sure is. South Carolina Ball, welcome. Okay, we have to draw... Ecuador needs to look corrupt, right? We made Ecuador big. We're gonna give him... Oh, no. I'm gonna give him sunglasses, like gold sunglasses. And a bag of money or something. You can't be a crime lord or a corrupt politician without some sweet sunglasses, right? I don't make the rules, man. You know what? Maybe those glasses need to be bigger. That's okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Spanish Empire animation. You have one more idea of your sleeve? Pull this one up a little bit closer. Three pixels for the nose bridge. The nose bridge implies that balls have noses. I have an idea for a short that I'm going to work on probably tomorrow. Aaron needs to draw a couple panels for me, and then I will turn it into a short. We'll probably post that a little bit later this week. Maybe on Tuesday. Should be pretty simple. Quick to turn into a short. Don't spam in the chat, boys and girls. No spamming. We need to get Nightbot so that people can't spam. We need to have like a 5-second threshold or something, minimum. Ecuador. Now we make it gold. Okay, those are sick. So Ecuador's flag is interesting. The top band is like, is it halfway or like 40% of the height of the flag? It's pretty, it doesn't look like it's quite half, but it's bigger than the other two stripes. yellow and the red. All right, so I have to roast Ecuador's flag, unfortunately. There's too much going on here, you know? The condor is cool. Or I think this is a condor, right? It's probably an Andean condor. The condor is cool. What I don't like about this flag is everything else on the seal. Oh, okay, actually, I lied. I like the condor, and I like the little happy sun. Everything else, there's just too much. So the flag, we already have the colors of the flag. We don't need... This flag doesn't need this. We don't need these banners. Why do we have these banners on this flag? Doesn't make any sense. We already have the flag, right? Same thing with the boat. Why is the boat in the flag's colors? We already know what the flag's colors are, right? And then the landscape, it's just too much. This banner, too much. The plants, the grass, it's too much. I think this flag would be way better if we're going to take our condor bro, or the vulture. We're going to do some surgery here. We're going to fix this flag. It's going to be a little bit more in like the style of Mexico's flag. Flag surgery. I'd actually make this a normal tricolor, but this, you sort of get what I'm going for here, right? This would be a better flag. I would make this a silhouette as well. Like the entire condor. The entire thing should just be brown, you know? Maybe, actually. I don't know. Maybe brown and black, so you have like the outline of the head and everything. Put the sun in the middle. The sun in the middle would work too. But I still think this is an improvement. It's, the original flag, it's just like, there's just too much, you know? There's too much going on. You don't need all of this. It's distracting, right? A flag is supposed to be a simple representation of a country, right? This is not simple. Too many people too many flags get caught in this idea of like, oh, we have to have everything that represents our country, our city, our state, our region, our province on this flag. No. The flag is the representation. That's it. You make a good flag, people will recognize the flag and your country or your region, right? Like, you know, the Canadian flag is super simple, but it's one of the most recognizable flags on the planet because it's a very tastefully unique and well done flag, right? So, let's draw the bird. Ecuador could do better. Do the crest and the beak. Tiny little dot for an eye. Draw Saturn's main moons next to Saturn, looking in the background. I have done a couple of drawings of Saturn and Titan many years ago. Let me see. Planet Ball. Here, I made this. I don't think I've drawn Titan, but this was maybe 10 years ago I drew this. This is Enceladus and Saturn. Saturn is surprisingly hard to draw because making the rings look good is kind of hard. But anyway. Enceladus, your worst moon always embarrassed me with you peeing yourself. So the joke here is that Saturn's moon Enceladus has cryovolcanoes at the South Pole, where its liquid water ocean is basically spraying into space at the South Pole. Enceladus, I think if we're going to find life anywhere in our solar system, we're going to find it on Enceladus. We're not going to find it on Mars. Europa, the moon is too inaccessible. Or sorry, Europa's ocean is too inaccessible. It's too far down. It's maybe like 10 kilometers thick, the ice crust. Enceladus, at its south pole, maybe a couple meters of ice until you get to liquid water. It's just a lot farther to get there. But you could fly, presumably you could fly something through the geysers to collect a sample. The Cassini orbiter flew through the geysers at some point. Could you ever try drawing your own country ball? I have. You see at the bottom right, that's my avatar. My profile picture is the US in a spacesuit. Life has already been found on Enceladus? It has not, but hopefully I read that headline one day. Organic molecules have been found in the geysers. But that just means that there are molecules with carbon in them, not that it's ice. Or sorry, not that it's life. Big Quador. Pretty hard flag to draw. That's another reason why I don't like flags with super complicated seals on them. They're annoying to draw. Go tell your presidents and prime ministers to make better flags so that I can draw them better, more easily. Whoops. Super complicated. Got a little sun, sky, mountains. Look at how complicated. You've got a whole ass valley on the center of your flag seal. Too much. It's too much. There's a river. I am killing this drawing, though. I'm not gonna lie. My phone keeps blowing up with comments from the comic I posted earlier today. Please draw South Carolina. South Carolina's got a great flag. I'm going to draw South Carolina. It's a good idea. Let's draw the sun. I'm not going to do the band. We'll just do the sun. Stupid little smile. I have to do it at an angle. What am I thinking? Draw Abraham Lincoln versus Romania. Oh, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. There's a tiny little boat. Ecuador. Okay, now I need to do the flags. This. Look how long it's taking to draw this flag. This is crazy. Too long. Have they found the Iranian president yet? Chat? As an Ecuadorian, you also think the seal is hard to draw and needs to change? Yeah, there's a lot of flags that are bad, you know? It's not the worst flag out there, but it's not one of the best ones, you know? I would say Ecuador is like maybe like a C or a C+. I think it's either Colombia or Colombia and Venezuela have better flags, I think. We'll do South Carolina after this. Remind me. Don't let me forget, chat. South Carolina's got a good flag, if I remember correctly. Whoops. Alright. I think that's much detail as I'm going to put on the seal. It's not centered anymore. I have to move the glasses. Oh, you know what I can do? Here. Let's hide the glasses. I'm going to copy the seal. I'm going to erase the background, and now I can move this. Oops. Fixed. Saved. Saved. Take the seal. Glasses. That's not bad. All right, let's give him a bag of money. Do they make cocaine in Ecuador, or is that just Colombia? Oh, remember the leaves? The leaves would get hidden, so... The plants. Yeah, the plants are hidden by the glasses, so it's not a big deal. And the arrows. I'm not going to draw the arrows. Yes, I am. It's tiny little details. They don't really matter. New playlist. High fidelity. What's this one? Julymations, can I rate the Japan ball you made? Japan ball you made? Yes. Did you put it in the comics and art sub? Or sorry, the comics and art channel on Discord? If you guys want me to show any of your art on stream, comment on it. Put it in our Discord, in the comics and art channel, and ping me. Otherwise, it's hard to keep track. It's pretty good. All right, let's give him a bag of money. So, like a burlap sack. It has to be tied off, right? So let's do black just as a placeholder. Kind of these sides to poke out a little bit, right? Kind of like that. Make it a little bit lighter, and then no, it's not good. That's good. do some shading for Mr. Venezuela, or sorry, Mr. Ecuador. I thought, or I think this came out pretty well. What do you guys think? The seal is messy, but... Oh, I was drawing on the wrong layer. South Carolina next. Oops. Oh, I made a coffee. I totally forgot to drink it. So 45. Merge these. That. Then let's do shading on the bag. All right, I think that's pretty good. What do you guys think? Leon, is this acceptable? Ecuador? Oh, you know what? Let's give him a crown. Let's give him a tiny crown. ASJW, you told your friend Animation to send you Ultimate Art in the Polandball Discord server? Cool. Yeah, I'll have to make that announcement, huh? So next Saturday we'll do an Ultimate Art contest. I think that'll be fun. Give this some rubies and sapphires and stuff. It's red. And then white for like a diamond, maybe? Okay, now let's do... a little bit of shine on each one, right? Same with the red. Okay, I think this looks cool. Hold on, let's flip it horizontally, and then maybe it goes on the back of his head. Up here. No, I think the front looks cooler. Okay, I like that. All right, South Carolina. Any South Carolinians in the chat? Let's do South Carolina. South Carolina has one of the best U.S. state flags, which isn't saying a lot, but it is a genuinely good flag, so I'm curious what you guys think about it. South Carolina. Flag of South Carolina. I'm going to put it up. We're going to vote on it. How would you place this in a tier list? Start poll. All right. South Carolina, its place on a tier list. Is it S, A, B, C, or lower? Too simple? I think this is an A tier. I think this is a good flag. Polandball, you're from North Carolina. South Carolina sucks. I don't think I've ever been to either of the Carolinas. July Nation, you put it in the arts and comics. Let me take a look. This is super cool. July Nations made this. Got Japan, and then Japan with cat ears and a cat tail. Before and after cat surgery. This is really well done. Good job. These are, what? You're making them out of foam balls and, like, felt and marker? Pretty sweet. I never made anything like this. This is really cool. Yeah, it's ball surgery. This is really cool. I like it. All right, so South Carolina, it looks like... Interesting. Okay. So plurality said it put it in S tier. But it seems like a good amount think it's B. It's a pretty... upper flag, upper tier in the flags. S and A mostly. All right, let's do, someone asked for Texas flag. We'll do Texas. We're gonna vote on the Texas flag. So I think the Texas flag is kind of boring. It's unoriginal. It's too similar to the American flag. It's an okay design, you know, like it's simple. It's very recognizable, but I think it's unoriginal. I would say it's a high B tier, personally. I don't think it deserves to be in an S tier. I personally wouldn't even put like the US flag in an S tier. I think the US flag is like a low B tier. Yeah, you can almost find it on the American flag. Here. US flag. Yeah, you can almost get the flag of Texas. Right there. That's why I say it's unoriginal. It's too similar to the American flag. Is it older than Chile's flag? I'm curious. Do you guys know? End poll. 27 votes. Wow, no one put C or lower. Okay, yeah, it's... I agree. The Texan flag does not deserve to be C or lower because it's not a bad flag. I would put it in a B tier, but it seems like most people put A or S. It's younger than Chile's flag. Here's Chile's flag. Hey, can I copy your homework? Sure, just change it up a bit so it's not obvious. It's the same flag, man. Okay, this will be an interesting poll. Which of these two do you think is better? Aesthetically. Which has the better flag, Chile or Texas? I think Texas does. I think there's there's a better balance here between the three bands. The three oops. Yeah, chat seems pretty 2-1 looks like in favor of Texas. I agree. I think Texas has a better flag. I think the darker blue is better, and I just think it's a better use of space. Like this whole part right here on the Chilean flag. This just feels bad, you know? It feels fat. Like this is unnecessary sort of. Jacob, can I show yours? Yeah. Jacob made a Pokemon card. Oh, it's not showing up. Hold on. Conrad made it. Jacob's profile. It's pretty cool. Polandball. Height cube, width cube. Competitive hockey player. Solve complex wild Jacobs. Usually settle with sports, often hockey. Shot after shot. This attack does 20 damage for every water energy card attached to this Polandball. It's a pretty cool idea. Like Polandball trading cards. I like it. All right. I was going to draw South Carolina. Let's do 5 pixels. That is a pretty good ball. Just got to clean it up top. Three pixels for the eyes. I think this is a great flag. Okay, so hide the eyes. Now we're doing the tree and the moon. See how the crescent moon is reversed from all the crescent moons on like all the Arabic and Muslim states? That was probably a deliberate choice to differentiate itself. This is the Caliphate of South Carolina. South Carolina's a girl? Yeah, we'll give South Carolina a bow. Why not? The Palmetto State, right? Is that what the motto is? Or the nickname? South Carolina. Yeah, the Palmetto State. It's the state tree. The Sauble Palmetto. It's a nice flag. It is a nice flag. Nice colors, solid design, you know? Let me change the eyes so that we can see more of the flag. That's pretty good, I think. Decent South Carolina. Give it a shadow. Oh, I did it all on the wrong layer. Shadow. $45. All right. That's pretty good. Very strange mix of countries we've got here. We've got, well, not countries, but characters. We only have one country here, right? Antarctica, rectangle, Ecuador, and South Carolina. What are we drawing next? Draw the real China, Taiwan, the Republic of China. I do like the Taiwanese flag. It's a great flag. Kind of similar to Chile's, actually, now that I think about it. It's a very good flag. I would say it's an A-tier flag. Well, here, we'll vote on the flag of Taiwan. Don't spam. Texas Ball, please don't spam. I am not going to draw the Confederate States of America. I'm not going to draw stars and bars. Sorry. Let's do a poll on the Republic of China. Republic of China, Taiwan. Is this flag S, A, B, C, or lower? Yeah, I don't want to draw the Confederate flag. If your sense of Southern pride, I'm using the rhetorical you, I'm not talking about any specific chatter, but if your sense of Southern pride is sort of rooted in the Confederacy or the South, you need to be proud of something else. The Confederates were traitors, and you know, they took up arms against their own government to protect the institution of slavery. There was no moral righteousness on the CSA side. So, I get, you know, wanting to be proud of the place that you come from, but if you're proud of something like an entity or whatever that existed solely because it disagreed with the other half of the country on whether or not to continue slavery, you should not be proud of that. The Confederacy were a bunch of losers. Make Dallas then? Does Dallas have a flag? Here's another thing that I've never understood about like Southern pride and like flying the stars and bars. The Confederates lost to the United States, right? They lost hard. Why would you not just want to be proud of your own country, right? Like the US was like the Union fought on the right side, right? They had the moral and the legal case, right? Why wouldn't you just be proud of that instead, right? It's like it's another thing. It's like wearaboos. People who are like obsessed with Nazi Germany and like, oh, you know, Nazi Germany could have won if they did like XYZ differently. Like, why would you want to even be proud of like, you know, German military conquests in World War II? They still lost the war. Like, why wouldn't you rather just be proud of like Britain or France or the United States for actually winning the war, right? Like, wait, why? Where is this misplaced sense of pride coming from for these countries that were losers? They lost. They didn't have the moral high ground, and they still lost, you know? The Confederacy, the Nazis, fuck them. Republic of China, flag tier placement. Looks like most people said A tier. I agree with that. I think it's a solid A tier. It's a very, very nice flag. Leon, you're proud of Ecuador, not those goddamn CSA? Yeah, that's totally fair. The Confederacy was bad. It's my hot take. Slavery, bad. Insurrection, bad. Alright, we're going to do Taiwan. Let's make Taiwan small. Taiwan. We'll give him a foam finger that says number 1. Damn, that's a good ball. Actually, it's okay. It sort of fell apart over here. Be proud of the Union. The Union won. They had the right, they had the moral cause. you know? You can't fly both the stars and bars and the US flag. They're contradictory. They were enemies. Fun fact, the Republic of Pete lasted longer than the CSA. Republic of Flag. Isn't there like a flag of the Vexillologist International Union or something? Flag of Vexillology. Yeah, okay. It is actually a good flag. Here, we'll show it. This is the flag of flags. This is the flag of the International Federation of Vexillological Associations. It is an international federation of 53 regional, national, and multinational associations and institutions across the globe that study vexillology, which the FIAV defines in its constitution as, quote, the creation and development of a body of knowledge about flags of all types, their forms and functions, and of scientific theories and principles based on that knowledge. There is an international organization for flag nerds, and this is their flag. And it is a good flag, as you would expect. This is an S-tier flag. This is a great flag. The colors are beautiful, the design is simple, and it's representative of a knot, right? This is a good flag. So I'm curious. What do you guys think? So the flag of flag nerds, which is most of us. SAB, C or lower. I think this is a solid S tier. This is good. It's unique, it's simple, you know exactly what it represents. The colors are good. This is a beautiful flag. You'd hate to draw it, but it's really solid. Yes, it would be a little bit difficult to draw. That's true. You say it's beyond S tier? I wouldn't say it's beyond S tier. There are better flags than this, but I think this is one of the best flags that's out there. Prussian Media, can I review your comic? Let's see. This is actually not bad. I like this Prussian Media. But it needs a little bit of fixing. But we can go over that real quick. Alright, and the flag vote. S tier, A tier. Right on. Chat, we are in alignment. Most people thought this was S or A tier. A solid 90%. Good flag. So, flag nerds, you know, they know what they're doing. Let's take a look at Prussian Media's comic real quick. So we got the US here. Sir, Russia got mega nukes. Make a better one. If we power nukes with nuclear power, it will make us win. This is a pretty good comic. There's a good joke here. A nuclear-powered nuke. That's a good joke that I've not seen done in a comic before. This is really good. But it needs a little bit of fixing. So, Prussian Media, we're going to give you some constructive criticism here. Couple things. One, let me pull out I'm going to use a purple marker. I'm going to mark this up. So, the colors are wrong. First and foremost, the blue and I think the red are both wrong. The blue is too light, and I think the red is too light. There's a lot of anti-aliasing here. Make sure you use the pencil tool and not the brush tool or the pen tool. Only use the pencil tool. You don't want to have anti-aliasing in your comics. It makes it look like here. You zoom in here. See like all of this artifacting, and you compare it to the pencil tool, right? If I use the pen or the brush, you get the anti-aliasing when you use the brush tool. Use the pencil tool. This is the pencil tool. It'll make it look more cartoony. A couple other things. The stripes need to be more similar in size to each other, the white stripes and the red stripes. The glasses are good. The expression is good. Use a text box instead of writing it out. It's totally fine to just use text. Actual text. Mooks? Mooks. Sir, Russia got mega nukes. This one. Same thing here. Use a text box. Type the text out instead of writing it yourself. A couple of other things. Again, there's anti-aliasing all over this comic. The chairs need a little bit of width. The bottom of the chair, like the seat of the chair needs width. Like right now it's just a line. Just to give it an element of three-dimensionality, you know? Otherwise, the characters are good. My main complaint with this panel is all of this is wasted space, right? Something like three quarters or 2/3 of this panel is wasted. You don't need it. This is where the action is, right? This is what the panel should look like. Right? This makes more sense. Last panel. I like this, but again, I think I think these characters that are, you know, they're skeletons now, which is cool. Like, I like the effect here. They need to be a little bit bigger. We need to see them in more detail to actually tell what's going on. So what I would do is, similarly, I would make this bigger, you know? And then have the panel border up there. But this is a funny comic. I would say like you're 70% of the way there. All right, Taiwan. Let's do 2 pixels for the eyes. We're gonna make Taiwan cute. Irresistible. I've just gotta conquer that island. Yeah, Taiwan's got a dope flag. I really like it. Straight down the middle. Whoa. That was totally unintentional. We just made fascist Taiwan. Holy crap. This goes hard. Fascist Taiwan. I went to... I meant to use the eyedropper on the blue to get the right shade of blue, but I accidentally just filled it in with black instead. Hear me out. New Taiwan just dropped. Flag of the Empire from Star Wars. Taiwan is #1, but they're no longer pretending. Fascist Taiwan. This goes hard. Red, black, and white, they do work well together, you know? Like, this is, unironically, this is good, yeah. Don't let them see it, though. They might take it to heart. China's shitting their pants with this one. Make the sun black and the blue yellow. Let's try that. No, I don't think so. Yellow and red, it's hard to make yellow and red go well together, I think, on a flag. If they're touching. But no, fascist Taiwan, this goes hard. Canton yellow and the sun red. Here, let's try this. No, I think the black was better in the Canton. Yeah, this is good. I like this flag, but the problem is you see a flag like this, you think this person is a fascist. You know? You can't really make like a flag that uses only red, white, and black and have it not look fascist, you know? Oh, what if we make the sun red? And that's not bad either, but I think it's better with the white. We unintentionally came across like a very good flag design. Make the sun yellow. Make the red blue. The black and the blue don't go well together. It reminds me of like the "Don't Tread on Me," or not the "Don't Tread on Me." The like the what's the police flag? The stupid police flag that people fly. The blue and black police flag, U.S. flag. This comment has been removed. Fascism does not equal black and red. No, but I mean, like, if I saw this, I would think that this person was probably not someone I would get along with, you know? Center the sun? Hold on. You might be onto something. What do we think of this? I don't know. Oh yeah, it's just the Kuomintang flag, but black instead of blue. No, this goes hard. I'm not gonna lie. Now hear me out. Average Hearts of Iron 4 mod flag. Oh god. One of the problems with Hearts of Iron is that it has like, you know, those edgy like, not even edgy. It has like fascist fanboys who play it. And, like, I don't like the sort of revisionism about World War II. Like, oh, Germany could have won the war if they had done XYZ instead. Like, well, they didn't, you know? So, it's basically saying, like, oh, Germany could have won the war if they had won the war. Like, yeah, no shit. Okay. That was a very cool accidental discovery. Taiwan, but they're no longer pretending. It would have been a more fitting flag for Taiwan before it democratized in, what, like the 80s, 90s? Yeah, there was generally no way for Germany or Japan or Italy to... Like, the Axis could not win the war. World War II was a war of production, and there was no way that they were going to outproduce the United States, the British Empire, and the Soviet Union. It just wasn't going to happen. They did not have the capacity, industrial or economic, to match the Allies. It wasn't going to happen. Even if they somehow defeated like the Republic of China entirely, like both the Republic of China and the Communist Party and the Soviet Union, there's no feasible way for Japan, Italy, and Germany to bring the war to the United States. And if the United States still has the atomic bomb before them, it's going to get dropped on a lot more places. Like, there's no way to launch an invasion of the continental United States today or in 1945. It's just too far. And Japan and Germany and Italy did not have the ability to project power that far over the ocean. The only countries that were able to do that were Britain and the United States. So I don't like the counterfactuals about like, oh, here's how the Axis could have won. How the Axis could have won. And I feel like there's so many YouTube channels about like alternate World War II history, and it's always World War II, notice. It's because there's a lot of fascists on the internet. Hearts of Iron 4 idea. What if Germany won World War I but set in the 90s? History would be really strange. So, similarly, World War I is not really a war that Germany could have won. World War I was less a war production, and it was more of a, like, it was a war of attrition, you know? World War II, like, the fate of World War II was decided on December 7th, 1941. Once the U.S. formally entered World War II, it was over for the Axis. They were not going to be able to outproduce the Allies once the U.S. was in total war production. World War I is different. The U.S. entered at the tail end of the war, but it's generally believed by most credible historians that the Entente would have been able to win the war even without the U.S. entering the war. What the U.S. did was sort of help with morale and food supplies toward the end. Like, that was the biggest contribution they made. And it helped, if anything, it probably helped hasten the end of the war. But it's generally assumed that Britain and France would have won the war eventually. It's just, maybe it would have taken a year or two longer. Because the German economy was imploding. They were not able to sustain a war effort. Britain and France could, for a little bit longer than Germany. All right, let's make Taiwan blush. The star in the Taiwanese canton is a little bit too low. Probably, yeah, but it's hard to approximate the actual positions of elements on a flag when it's supposed to be a three-dimensional character, right? On a sphere. Let's make Taiwan blush. Taiwan number 1. We're gonna give him a foam finger. I drew a foam finger somewhere on an old comic. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, on Jacob's portrait. Surprise, Jacob. That's pretty good. Now, what if? Fascist Taiwan. Blushing. Draw Angry Canada, War Crimes. Draw Italy in a pizza tower style. What do you mean pizza tower style? You mean like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or pizza? What if Taiwan won World War II? Draw Wisconsin, but with some popcorn and a cheesehead hat. Please, this one. We need a subreddit to know about fascist Taiwan. I'm glad we discovered that, because it is a cool looking flag. No name, don't spam a chat, please. Please draw Israel with wings. and flying the Vatican shock saying Jesus. Let's try Israel, yeah. Israel's fun to draw. Fascist Taiwan. Marble Sphere, rate this please. Cool, cool drawing of Sweden. Let me pull it up. Marble Sphere drew this of Sweden. I like the bow tie. This is great. Only thing I would fix here is this 9-pixel square of blue. It's bothering me. Tesseract edition? Yeah, let's do Israel as a 4-dimensional cube. Okay, Israel. Hold on. I drew Israel this morning in this comic. This is such a silly cartoon. All right, hold on. I'm actually curious. So, do we know what happened to the Iranian president? Is he dead? Did he die? I mean, it ultimately doesn't matter from like their. He doesn't like. It doesn't matter from the sense of like continuity of government because he's not like. He doesn't have any real political power, right? It's the Ayatollah has the actual power in Iran. So Khomeini is the guy in charge, but you know, the president is nominally like the guy who goes to international events and stuff like that, right? Why is Israel drawn like that? So if you guys haven't seen the news from about 12 hours ago, not even like 10 hours ago, the Iranian president was in a helicopter that crashed. And I just Googled it, and it doesn't look like they found it yet. But the foreign minister was on the plane too, so maybe he's dead, maybe he's not. We don't know. But I drew this comic very quickly after I saw the news. So it's Iran getting onto a helicopter. Time go home after days long to beat women, ferment violence, and illegalize weapons for nuclear. Pilot, I'm ready. Hijab is make good disguise. They really should do bannings for it. So, you know, Mossad is the Israeli Foreign Intelligence Agency, and they have a long and rich history of assassinating people in far-flung parts of the globe. And, you know, all the jokes that I saw people making in various threads or whatever about this crash was that maybe the pilot was Mossad or something like that. So I thought this would be a funny comic. Do fascist Taiwan art competition? I don't really want to sort of like promote fascist aesthetics, you know? Did he cross Putin recently? My other idea was instead of his helicopter being an Mi-8, he got into a Shahed drone that was shot down somewhere over Ukraine. But I thought it was funnier to have like a surprise Israel at the end. Oh, no, okay. What did I want? I wanted Israel. Where is Israel? Finished comics. Israel. So remember, Israel is technically a tesseract. It's a 4-dimensional cube. It's not a cube, it's a hypercube. We normally draw it as here. We normally draw it as a cube just because it's easier, but it's supposed to be transparent and have like a tiny cube in the middle as well. And each of the vertices on the cube should be like of the inner cube should be connected to the vertices of the outer cube to look like a tesseract. It's super hard and annoying to draw though, so people normally just draw it as a cube. So this will be our reference image. Let's draw Israel. Let's do 3 pixels. Let's get a new playlist going. Cinematic Mystery Synth playlist. Let's try this. No spamming in the chat, guys. I am going to duplicate this. Pull it down. Israel's super hard to draw. It's fun, but it's very complicated if you draw it the right way. Okay, merge these. There needs to be a cube inside of it. Oh, you know what? Here. Hide that. We're going to do the cube on the inside of Israel here. Hold on, actually. No. Opinion on Ecuador, Peru war. Oh, you're asking no name? Yugoslav fan, how's it going? Sunnyflower, check your art. Let me see. Where did you put it? Is it in the Comics and Art channel? Oh shit, this is awesome. Sunnyflower made this. Let's pull it up. This is really cool. This is great. Kolaya. HP 180, basic. Ability, Dragons of Kolaya. This Polandball gets plus 20 HP for each Kolayan Polandball on your bench. Space Blast, 130. This is super cool. This is really well done. I love the effects that you have going on here. Like all the lightning shooting off. And then the shading on the center of the ball is really well done. This is really cool. Great job, Sonny. This is gorgeous. You learned that your style is now very pixelated, Pumpkin? No, that's fine. My art's pixelated too. So look at this. You can see individual pixels, right? You can see the edges. That's what makes it look cartoony. That's what I like. Okay, we're doing the cube inside. Super hard to draw this. It's no good. Okay, that's, I think, good enough, maybe. God, this is, it's so complicated. Like, you have to think in 4 dimensions to draw Israel the way it's supposed to be done. How goddamn complicated this is. Something like that. Damn. Hard. Save changes to the flag of Taiwan. Maybe. Okay, let's do eyes actually. I almost never draw Israel in 4 dimensions, so it's not going to look great because I don't have much practice doing it. But I'm glad I'm doing it now, so I do get some practice, you know? Why was the maybe so devious? Should I have saved Taiwan as... That's just Taiwan. Draw the mini cube as a brain. What's my opinion on Zoomer Historian? I don't know who Zoomer Historian is. There are a number of history channels on YouTube that are not good. I mean, there's a lot. But I think What If Alt History, or What If Alt Hist, is one of those, like, basically like a Nazi. He puts, like, Nazi... I think it's What If Alt Hist. Maybe it's not, but it's one of the alt history channels on YouTube. He puts, like, references to neo-Nazism in his videos. So he's garbage. Alright, let's do... Let's do the lines behind Israel. One there. Zoomer Historian is probably worse. Ugh. Are you guys Gen Z or Gen Alpha? Me, a millennial. Ugh. I'm old. The kids are all right. Yeah, I would imagine most people... I mean, I've looked at the demographics, the analytics on our YouTube views. Most of our viewers are... About half of our viewers are... well, what is it? It's like a quarter of them are 18 to 24, and then maybe like 20%, 24 to like 36 or something. And then most of the rest are under 18. So it's kind of like an... We've got mostly Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and Millennials in our viewership. Some Gen X. World War II, Alex, you have a question. Shoot. Okay, we need to do the Star of David, right? Star of David is fun to draw. Very simple, you know? Just two triangles. Very simple. But I still managed to make it not look good. I think the Israeli flag is actually pretty good. I think it's like a high B tier, maybe. This is cool music. Very ethereal. Does Gen Alpha start 2010 or 2012? I don't know. I know millennials are 1980, 1981 to 1996. And then Gen Z starts at 96 and it probably goes to like 2010. 2011 is Gen Alpha since they haven't reached high school. iPad Kid started in 2009. I love the term iPad Kid. I mentioned this the other day on stream, but I saw I think it was a Shower Thoughts post on Reddit, or maybe it was somewhere on YouTube, where somebody said middle-aged men who, or rather it was men who leave the party or go to the corner of the party to watch sports on their phone are the adult equivalent of iPad kids. Which I thought was on point. I'm an iPad adult. I do have an iPad. Got any games on your phone? Yeah, iPad Kid is a great term. The president of 2025 is probably watching Skibidi Toilet as we speak. That's actually something that I think about every so often is... I mean, the older I get, it feels less, what's the word? Less problematic, but like when I was a kid and I imagine like me and my classmates and other people my age being like serious adult people, it was like hard to imagine because like we were making poop jokes and stuff. But then you get older and you realize you never stop making poop jokes. Humans have been making poop jokes since the dawn of time. (1969 to 79) is Gen X. Gen X starts 1965, I think. Because boomers are 46 to 64. So Gen X is 65 to 79. Millennials are 80 to 96. Gen Z is 97 to 2010, something like that. But generations aren't real. Get clipped. The poop jokes. Yeah, toilet humor never go away. Yeah, there's like toilet humor jokes that are carved into like the tombs of the pyramids. You know, from what was it, like 6,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago? Oh, I was supposed to put a bow on South Carolina, wasn't I? I'll do that. To get this color blue. So the way I'm drawing Israel is the way that it is canonically in Polandball lore supposed to be drawn, but it's super annoying. So it's totally acceptable to just draw it as a cube. But it looks funnier as a tesseract. A hypercube. So what I'm drawing, a tesseract, a four-dimensional cube, this is actually... So a tesseract is technically the shadow of a four-dimensional cube. Because we don't see in 4 dimensions, so we can't actually imagine what a four-dimensional cube looks like, but we can approximate the shadow, because the shadow would be in 3 dimensions, right? In the same way that a 3-dimensional object casts a 2-dimensional shadow, we can see a 3-dimensional shadow of a 4-dimensional object. Which is pretty mind-blowing, I think. 2 pixels, I think. Okay, I think this is mostly done. The cube we're gonna make lighter. Maybe lighter than that. The cube. Yeah, so this is how Israel's supposed to be drawn. It's really goddamn hard, though. There we go. There's Israel. It's like it looks a lot better than even just this one that doesn't have the cube inside of it. Why is Poland upside down like Indonesia? So this is among the most sacrosanct rules in all of Polandball lore. The very first Polandball comic was made by a user on Crouch-Chan named Falco. And he drew Poland upside down. We don't know whether or not that was intentional, but it is a rule that we have kept ever since, going back to 2009. So in Polandball, Poland is supposed to be drawn upside down. That's just the rule. I didn't make the rule, but I like it. And anytime I actually see the Polish flag now, it's jarring to me because I've seen Poland with the Polish flag upside down more than right side up. Pumpkinhead, please look at your art. Let me take a look. Marble Sphere has some more stuff. Let's check this out. Pumpkinhead. All right. We've got Texas and the Confederacy. So we got Texas. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Oh, this is Arkansas. Well, yeah. It's because you're 20 feet tall. Get out! I really like this art. Your pixel art. This is really pretty. This is solid. Sorry, no, it's not the Confederacy. It's Arkansas. I couldn't tell. I saw the bottom two and I thought it was the Confederacy, but yeah, it's Arkansas. It's pretty obvious in the second panel. This is really good. Stop motion Dan. You generally can't tell the Indonesian and Polish flags apart because your brain being conditioned to think Poland looks upside down, and when you try to upside down, you accidentally correct it. Yeah, I mean, the way we distinguish Poland from Indonesia is we generally draw Indonesia with the songgyeok, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, the little hat. Songgyeok? Is that how you do it?
Songgyeok.
Songgyeok. The songgyeok, the little black hat. Like that, you know? Songgyeok.
Songgyeok.
Songgyeok. Just call it the Pesci hat. How do you pronounce that? Pesci? It's a cool hat. Marble Sphere had a couple things. Let's show these. Marble Sphere made 2 more cards. Marble Polandball. Flip a coin. If heads, this Polandball does 30 more damage. To your opponent's active Polandball during your turn. If tails, heal 20 damage from his Polandball. Gotta go fast. The marble Polandball, Marb, rolls around a lot. It has natural aggression with any cubic Polandball. That's good. It's in the the marble chute or whatever. Canadian Marb. Number 3, Goose Pokemon. Raise the flag. This Polandball does 50 damage for each Canadian Polandball on your bench. Sorry. Discard 2 tool cards from your opponent's Polandball. This Polandball is a Canadian variant of the Marb. This Polandball likes to spend its time being patriotic and apologizing. It's good. Earth SOSC, can I review your comic? Which one is it? What's your name in the Discord? That's one of the better Israels I've made. I think the eyes need to move over a little bit. Oh. The Star of David needs to be centered with the eyes. There we go. Israel. Layer 2, remove that. Israel. Conrad, check out your card art. The Jacob VMAX card. This is a good thing here. This is actually a good work in progress to show. So you guys see me do this a lot on when I'm drawing on stream, but sometimes it's good to sort of save your art as a work in progress so you can see the various elements as they start to take shape. So a good thing you can do is a lot of times the objects that you're drawing will have the same colors. So drawing them in different colors and then coming back at the end and filling them in with the proper colors is a good way of doing it so you don't lose track of where the objects are positioned relative to each other. This is a good example of how it's done. So this is Conrad drawing Jacob and then with a hockey stick, I guess. So you can see he has these motion lines to indicate the swing here and then the twisting of the body. And he has them in different colors, so he'll go back in and fill them in later. The football, he has a green outline, he'll change that. The hockey stick is a red outline, he'll change that, right? It's just so that not everything is a black outline, right? So this is a good way of keeping track of the things that you're drawing on your screen. This is really well done so far. I like how this is coming along. The thing you hate about using MS Paint is that you can't make the things semi-transparent. GIMP is a very good alternative to Paint. I don't use GIMP, I use Photoshop. If you can't use Photoshop, I would suggest using GIMP. GIMP has layering. You can have transparent backgrounds, as far as I'm aware. So, MS Paint is a limiting format. Unless you're Aaron, I would suggest using GIMP. Aaron is like the MS Paint master. GIMP is free, so I would install that, draw on that, learn how to do layering, transparent backgrounds, move objects, and stuff like that. CHCH, can I take a look at your comic? Yes. The Fabric of Reality. Oh, this is very surreal. CHCH drew this. Be careful with the Fabric of Reality, Poland. He drops it. This is so good. Isn't it? It amazes me that like we're drawing stupid cartoon balls, and yet people can come up with such creative different variations with that medium. This is so good. Be careful with the Fabric of Reality, Poland. This is great. Did you submit this to the subreddit, CHCH? This is a hot comic. This is great. I would post this if you haven't posted it. Your Discord name is Earth. Let me take a look. Oh, are you in the Polandball Discord? Oh, okay. So, Earth, we have a Discord specifically for this YouTube channel as well. Not just the Polandball sub channel. Discord, rather. I think this is yours, right? Fortunately, I'm in many Polandball Discords. Let me give you the link to the YouTube's Discord. Polandball official. Here's an invite link to the YouTube's Discord. So that Discord is primarily for the YouTube channel. We have overlap with the Polandball sub or the Polandball Discord though. A lot of the same mods. This is yours? Okay. Let's take a look. You're gonna have to help me out with the flags here. So I know this is Italy. Hi, Italy. What is you up to? Montenegro's of working of progress pizza? Weddings? So this is Montenegro. We got the sun here. Montenegro. Okay, the joke is that Montenegro looks like a pizza. Makes them flat. Italy, pleasing. This has to have stopped. This has to stop. What? I'm finishing you. Of what? Mozzarella. No, 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 no. 25 minutes later. Balkan-style pizza. Hey, Italy, your pizza is good. Anyway, have you seen Montenegro? Nope. Okay, then I give you a tip, though. Thank. This is good. What I would do is... Here, I'll give you some constructive criticism. Again, just what I would do with it. You don't necessarily have to agree with me. This is a good comic. It's a good joke. That Montenegro's flag looks like a pizza. First panel, it's fine. Right here, you have 2 little green pixels. 4 green pixels. Clean that up. But it's not a big deal. Second panel, this is good. I like it. Third panel, this is also good. I like this. Fourth panel, also good. Actually, you know what? I would change the text here. I would make just here, I'm gonna rewrite it. First panel doesn't matter so much for the dialogue, but I'm going to edit most of this dialogue. This is good. Clean this up. I'm trying to think what should be said in this last panel, if anything. So the main issue I have with this comic, it's good. It's a good joke. The main issue I have is that there's too much dialogue. So a very big thing in art mediums that are visual, like television, movies, paintings, cartoons, it's generally better to show, don't tell, right? So the reason for that is because it's a visual medium. You can have the reader infer what you're saying by looking at the actual art itself, right? And there's a sense of satisfaction as a viewer that you get, or a reader, from piecing together what the artist's intent was without them telling you exactly what they're doing, right? So I'm a very big proponent of this. This is one of the rules that I try and follow in my own writing, is I try and show, not tell. It's very easy to say in every single panel what's happening, but it's often superfluous, duplicative, and unnecessary. And it can sort of detract from the joke, you know? I think this is better. I think even the dialogue in the first one, I would maybe clean this up. I don't know exactly what I would do here, but I think this flows better. It's a good joke, though. I like this comic. So, again, my only real issue with it is the text, the dialogue. But that's a very easy thing to fix. You'll take this criticism into consideration. Do note that you made this in October of last year, so you're probably going to make a new version soon. Yeah, that's totally fine. Like, you don't necessarily have to agree with me either, right? Art is entirely subjective. I might like something, and you might not. And there's no right answer, right? It's just that certain things are more popular in certain mediums than others. Sometimes, you know, like even if we distinguish, you know, good from bad writing or good art from bad art, right? The rules that we have collectively as people to sort of separate good art from bad art are subjective, right? We have these rules because generally things that follow these rules are more appealing to human senses than not, right? But even then, that's still subjective. There's no hard and fast rule of the universe that says art is better if you show and you don't tell. It's just that generally people prefer that. The best art sort of follows that kind of rule, right? So, but this is a good comic that can be very easily improved by just spending a little bit more time on the dialogue and showing rather than telling. So even in the first panel, I think maybe I would take out the text. Here, let's try something. Yeah, like the art itself is totally fine. Like I've got no problem with the art, the way that you've drawn all the balls and stuff like that. The backgrounds, totally fine. Good, good standard MS Paint art, you know? So, here, let's try this. Italia, what is the dinner? What? Why is cheese? No. Balkan-style pizza. I think this is better. And I would put maybe, like, flames in here. You know, like, it's obvious that it's a pizza oven, but never hurts to add some fire, right? Most things in life can be improved with fire, believe it or not. Life pro tip. Something like that. Are you encouraging us to do arson? I ain't saying nothing. Pressure Media, you're fixing the comics and you fix the problems. Do you think you could pass as an approval comic? I would have to take a look at it. But remember, I'm also not a mod on the subreddit. So there might be like some... I'd have to take a look at it. But even if you don't get past the submission approval process the first time, don't be discouraged. Most people don't pass it. I think the mods have said something like 90% of the approval requests that they get are denied. Because you need to... You can't just make like I've made a lot of bad comics, and a lot of those comics would not necessarily pass the submission rights approval. But I've made enough good comics where they're confident that me having submission rights doesn't mean I'm going to stink up the subreddit, you know? So when you're submitting your very first comic to the subreddit, you want to give the moderators the impression that you can put out consistently good comics. Not just that like it's a fluke, or you can only do sort of like okay comics. If that makes sense. Yeah, Volum hit or not Scoo. It's 3 a.m. and the notification for the stream woke you up. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is a good comic. I think it's just improved with the changes that I made to the dialogue. Something more along this line. You know, it's the... So the reason why, in particular for this comic, why I think going with less text and doing a show, not tell, is that the joke is literally a visual joke. The joke is that Montenegro looks like a pizza. So you want to show that. Also, I'm nitpicking here, but I would use the euro symbol instead of the dollar symbol. But yeah, it's a good comic. I think that's one that could very, very easily be approved and pass like the submission bar. And if that's something you made 7 months ago, you're only going to be better now. So that's great. CHCH, fixing some small things on your comic that you showed. Do you think it might get past approval? So I can tell you, I personally, if I was a moderator for like 3 months back in 2015 or something, I would approve this. Yeah, sometimes it depends on the mod. I think this is a good comic. It's creative, right? It's the last comic, or sorry, the last panel is, it's very surreal, but that's the joke, is that he's unraveled the fabric of reality, right? So everything looks like a mess. So I think this is a great comic. I think you should submit this for approval. If they give you approval, post this around 8 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Someday. That's usually when comics do the best. Maybe a little bit earlier. Maybe like 6 o'clock? 6 a.m.? 7 a.m.? This deserves to be the top comic on like any given day. This is a great joke. It's very absurd, right? It's like, why does Poland have the fabric of reality? Why does Germany have it? Why does he give it to Poland? Or why does Poland have it? But this is a great joke. I think this is a very original comic. I would give you submission rights. I'm surprised you don't have submission rights already, CHCH. You put out consistently very good art. Carding rules, you post comics at 2 a.m. sometimes. 2 a.m. what? Like US East time? Timing is big for comics. So we're gonna give Israel wings, right? Wings behind. Oh, that's no good. Something like that. lot of you guys are absolutely fantastic artists and writers. It's really heartwarming to see people who are better artists than me sit and like watch me draw my crappy cartoons. Let's give him a halo. I do kind of miss the early days of Polandball, 2013, when the sub was really small and you knew every single author, and the format was still very much crappy comics, very rough art. No name alt here. Cole, I draw the Vatican chalk saying Jesus. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You gave me a suggestion, so I'm going to do it. We'll do light around it. Merge these. Let's do that. Okay. Let me get the Vatican flag. Shameless plug to like the stream if you have not done so already. Really appreciate it. Check out the latest short and PNN video that we put out this past week. We'll try and put out a couple of more shorts this week. I've got a couple of ideas for what I want to do. I have an Aaron, or I don't have an Aaron. Aaron has a comic that he and I are going to turn into a short about India and Palau. So if there are any Indians in the chat, I don't know, what time is it in, like, Delhi? It's almost 7 a.m. in Delhi, so probably not. But if there are any Indians in the chat, keep an eye out. We'll have a short featuring India. Also, everybody else. Pull up the Vatican flag. Jacob jump scare. Vatican. Vatican. Let's do the eyes. This was a fun stream. Lots of little different things that I drew. The fascist Taiwan discovery, that was funny. Taiwan, but they're no longer pretending. Keys to heaven. Give him his silly Pope hat. Let's do it in purple so I can actually see where it is. I'm not gonna lie, I love the Pope hats. The papal hats are super cool. Like, I would never wear them, but, like, come on. They look good. It's not streetwear, but it's good drip. Pete, can you make thumbnail for next stream? I should make a channel on the Discord for thumbnail suggestions. That's a good idea. And Vita made the current thumbnail for this stream. And I thought I used it for the art contest on Saturday, but it didn't seem to save, I guess. Papal hat. The cross. Okay. I'm gonna group these. I don't want to merge these layers for Israel, just in case I want to use Israel as a standalone character again. Vacuum. Let's give him some text. Pretty good. Let's take a look at fascist Taiwan again. Animation, can I show your artwork for Trinidad and Tobago? France and Port of Spain. Took you 2 hours? Yeah, let's take a look. Wow, this is gorgeous. So animation made this. This is incredible. I love how you did the lighting on these characters. This is so good. Here, let's zoom in a little bit. Some elements that I want to show off. I love how you did. Here, let's use pink. I love how you did the blue shading in a crescent on the eyes, the inside of the eye, and then on the opposite side, on the outer part of the eye, you have like yellow lighting, so that the black outline is a little bit lighter. And then here on Spain, I love how you have the shadow here, and then the shadow, when it meets the red part, or sorry, the yellow part, it's red instead of just being a darker yellow. This is really, really good. Yeah, Michigan's naval artist, you love that art style, it's unique. Yes, I agree. This is, animation has a very unique art style. I think this is fantastic. Absolutely love this. I would love to see more art like this. Like, the lighting elements make the balls seem like pool, like billiard balls. They're very shiny. It gives them a weight. They look three-dimensional. You forgot the sun shadow on the eyes for Spain? Even still, I mean, it looks great. This is a beautiful, beautiful art piece. You should submit this to Polandball Art, if you haven't done so already. This is great. Hell is wild, Poland. True. This is beautiful. You don't have a Reddit account? Oh, okay. Well, at least some people will get to see it this way, right? Draw Newfoundland. Draw Northern Alliance. Afghanistan riding a skateboard. Let me see. What's their flag? I think this will be something I'll draw next time. But I like the idea of I like the idea of Afghanistan riding a skateboard. That's it's a strange juxtaposition. So this is what I drew today. Chat gave me some suggestions. We drew Antarctica and an ice cube. We drew rectangle. We drew Ecuador, big Ecuador, and he's corrupt. So I gave him gold sunglasses, a crown, and a bag of money. We drew South Carolina. Oh, I was supposed to put a bow on South Carolina. Let me do that real quick. Totally forgot. Let's do. Bow real quick. South Carolina. We drew Taiwan, the foam finger, and then Jesus as Israel with the Vatican. I think that's all I'm going to draw tonight. Is there anything else you guys want to show off on stream? Hora de Dibuar. I kiss you for Mexico. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. Gray Soldier Productions, you made your first actual country ball? Right on. Northern Willow, can you show us one of your older comics? Yeah. Grego Country Balls, how's it going? Oh, when is the Ulmsport competition? We're going to do that on Saturday. Tivo Ball, how's it going? I'll put... Oh, it's in Comics and Art. Gray Soldier. First actual country ball. Let's take a look. So, Gray Soldier Productions made this. It's France with the white flag surrendering. This is a good first country ball. The only thing that I would change about this, though, that you need to change, we don't have black outlines between the colors on a flag. So, it's a very simple fix. Oops. I know you did it by squares, but this is how you're supposed to do these flags. So generally, it should look like that. No, don't put black outlines between the different colors on the flags. But for a first country ball, this is good. Glad to have you drawing art with us. Northern Willow, you pinged me with your comic. Let's take a look. Oh, wow. Okay, this is super involved. Let's take a look. Make sure I can show it on stream. Okay, Northern Willow drew this. It's very long, but let's take a look. It's about Canada. I remember when I became a Dominion. Britain still did foreign affairs, but at least I was able to manage my own clay. Things were great. Until they weren't. I remember when Britain declared war on my behalf. He called it a great patriotic duty for king and country. Like most colonies, I was excited. I was ready to prove my worth as a country. All right, men, we will be deployed in France. Remember your training. But Britain lied. He said we'd be home by Christmas. When will I be home? Around Christmas, chap. We were not. He said it'd be a fun adventure. It was not. Nasty German, no world conquer for you. Darn. Most realistic World War I panel ever. Smiling clouds and sun with flowers and a bright green field. The Somme changed me. We lost many workers in the war, which affected our economy. For sale, closed, rent, closed. The Great Depression didn't help either. I had no choice but to rejoin Britain. Welcome back, chap. To show you aren't a Dominion anymore, I'll be changing your flag. Happiness was gone. In World War II, America paid me to use my military bases. Okay, Ireland, I'm going to be using Gander to fight the Nazis or whatever. After the war, Britain gave me a choice. Leave or stay. 1948 referendum. Leave, stay. I was too proud to stay, but too hungry to leave. So I chose a third option. Canada. Things were tough at first, but at least I wasn't hungry anymore. Overfishing has ruined the industry. Labrador is mine, you francophobic Anglo swine. Piss off! Dad, help! In 2001, I took in hundreds under Operation Yellow Ribbon. Welcome to the Rock. This is Newfoundland, right? And yet I am still ignored and forgotten. Hello? Did you hear something? 9. The others mock me for my culture. Ha ha ha, stupid Newfie. He put a boot on a stick and he calls it music. Sometimes I wonder if I would have been better off on my own. That my economy recovered and I became a successful nation. This is a cute... I love this panel. This is cute. But alas, all I can do is dream. This is sad. This is a great comic. It made me feel the feels. Really good job, Northern Willow. This is great. Really, really good. This is, I think, the best panel. I love how you drew the flags. The podium. It's like, it's just so simple, you know? This is great. I love it. This is a beautiful comic. I really like it. All right. I think that's it for me tonight, guys. I'll probably stream tomorrow night. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. This was a fun stream. We'll do more in the future. This is what I drew today. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great week ahead. And stop by our Discord and our YouTube channel and the Polandball subreddit. Take care, everybody.